Hey everyone, my name is Troy Woods with Clark Bailey Media, and today we're going to talk about photograph usage and copyright and what that looks like for you as the client or the photographer. In this social media world that we live in now, it's always about getting to the next post with these digital images that we have. Unfortunately, I believe over the last 10, 12 years, that's caused many of us to really not think about the true aspects of photography and what that means when it comes to owning your images. Now, I'm going to say this at the very top. When a photographer takes a photograph, I don't care if it's one photograph or 1,000 photographs, they are the owner of those photographs. They have the copyrights to those photographs. Now, what's going to happen as a client, when you go to a photographer for a photo shoot, whether it's in the contract, which it should be or not, it's usually implied, the photographer is going to grant you usage rights to use those photographs for the intended purposes that you initially contacted them for. Now, in the world of commercial photography, you'll really see this next point. But also as a client, you have the right to ask your photographer, can you purchase the exclusive rights to the photographs? Now, I'm gonna let you know at the very beginning, that's usually gonna be very expensive because what you're doing, you're now taking ownership of the photographs in which the photographer would actually have to contact you to get permission to post them, say on their website or their social media platforms. So it's gonna get a little tricky. Now, what's gonna happen mainly in the commercial world when you see magazines or billboards or whatever, just even online, most people will purchase rights to use the photographs for a certain period of time. Whether it's a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, they're going to purchase those rights. Now, each one of those time periods, as it scales up, the price is going to go up. Typically in the commercial world, people won't really buy exclusive rights to a photograph. That's why if a company does purchase rights to use the photographs for an extended period of time, you often won't see those photographs on the photographer's website because that was part of their agreement. You can't even put those photographs out until that time period has expired with the client. Now, I think one thing that's kind of been a detriment to us all is that in this digital world we're living in, where it's all about posting to Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, you name it, we've gotten away from actual prints. Now, that's something that we're bringing back into our company, and we started earlier this year. But we've gotten away from actual prints because I believe in our mind, back in the old days, when you would get a print, you automatically started looking at that as a form of art. Just like you would go into a gallery, you would view, pieces of artwork there. So a lot of times in this push for digital, we've kind of gotten away from it. But trust me when I tell you, it's still there. Unfortunately, a lot of photographers, especially newer photographers, they're not really stressing this. Even though it's still there, they still own the images. They really don't get into the weeds of talking about it with their clients, in which they should. Now, one area that this is going to really impact is when it comes down to your pricing. As a client, when you go to a photographer, we're not talking about hair, wardrobe, and makeup. We're talking specifically about photographs. When you go to a photographer, you're looking at the photographer to take your photographs, edit your photographs, and deliver your photographs. Now, a lot of times you might look at a price and not really understand it because you're thinking, I went to a photographer and I just got one headshot from that shoot, and you don't really understand the price. Again, there's the photography, the creative fee, there's the editing, and then there is copyright and usage that oftentimes goes into the different price points that you receive. So I hope that this video, even though it's short, can offer you some type of clarity into copyright and usage as it pertains to photographs. But if you have any other questions, or if you would like for me to go more in depth with this, definitely leave a comment somewhere around this video or message me, and I'll be happy to do that. If you have any other questions in general, just be sure to ask, and I'll make sure I get your answer soon. All right, take care. Catch you guys in the next video.